What is up, fam? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Vantage Point Podcast. My name is Anthony Manaya. This is a show where I break down the quotes and the posts I put up on social media. So if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the YouTube channel. With that being said, let's just jump into it. The quote we are breaking down today, fam, is if you feel stuck, you must break through your own limitations. You must address your fears. There's no other way around it. Challenge yourself, breathe, and push through the hesitation. Prepare as much as you can and go. Fear is an illusion. It ends the moment you understand it. The caption on this is if you want to overcome fear itself, you must understand it. It's all in your mind. You can do it. Just go. Now, this is something that I talk about often. I talk about fear is the biggest illusion of them all. Now, why? Because the creator is you. You take your education, you take your knowledge, you take what you've heard, you take your experiences, and you formulate what you think may happen, right? For example, if you see people in a dark alley being chased in films over the years, you're going to be afraid of going down a dark alley if those type of things scared you in the movie, right? Though that never happened to you, though that wasn't your own experience and you never heard anybody getting chased down in an alleyway, but you watched it in movies and then that downloads into your mind, right? And so now when you start seeing an alley, you're like, I'm not going to go down that alleyway. I'm not that dumb. There's somebody waiting behind the dumpster waiting for me to bug me or something. This is what I'm saying. The creator is you. A lot of the things that go on in your mind are not real. And this is something that I needed to understand because no matter how much I say this on the receiving end, it's like, no, this is a conclusion that's in my mind, right? The conclusion in my mind is so real. I allow what may happen stop me from making anything happen. I start thinking, okay, if I make this decision with these assumptions, with these opinions, with these beliefs, this is going to be the outcome of it. I don't want that to happen. And then when that happens, this is going to happen. It's like, whoa, you're creating all these things that do not even exist, which is why whatever idea you've came up with on what your future is going to look like or what move you're going to make later today or tomorrow, just understand you created it based on how you feel at this present moment in time and what you think you can do. It doesn't exist. That idea, that trip you're gonna do to the store to buy milk at 8 o'clock hasn't happened yet, right? You decided to say, I'm going to go to this store, and this is the only store that has the thing that I like. And you've created the conclusion. You created what you know. You find comfort in that. You did not think about going across town and going to the other store around 7 o'clock in a place that you don't know and see if they have a different type of milk. What is my point? My point is both sides are possible for you. Everything is possible for you. Instantly, you can make a different decision based on what you prioritize, what you care about, right? What you want. And none of it exists right now. The future doesn't exist just yet. The past is already gone. All you have is right now. And in this present moment, you have to understand you're creating all these things. Where is it coming from, right? The direction your life is going. Where do these ideas come from? Who's downloading, whose information you're downloading into your system? What conversations are you having? What books are you reading? What are you listening to? What are you watching on the day to day? These things make an impact. And a lot of you are unaware of these things, right? So you create all these conclusions and all these fears in your life, and you have all these things. You don't even know where it comes from. You just accept it without question. This is why I tell you, look, fear is the biggest illusion of them all, and it comes to an end the moment you understand it, the moment you see it for yourself. There's times in your life, fam, you were like, oh man, I got to do all this stuff. And you made it bigger than what it actually was because you don't know. It's the unknown. You don't understand. You create these stories and you make it bigger than it actually is. And then when you see it, you say, oh, well, it wasn't that bad, right? When you understand certain things in life, you're like, okay, I understand how this works. I'm no longer afraid of it, right? Little things, the littlest things in your life, the littlest things, just like driving. Some of you were scared to drive in the beginning where you're like, oh, you're stopping, you're going and you're stopping, right? Now you guys are on your phone doing your makeup, eating a cheeseburger and texting all at the same time, right? I don't know how you can do that, but there's people who are doing that while they're driving, right? They're doing their makeup, they're eating a cheeseburger, they're texting, and everything's just subconscious. They're no longer afraid to do this activity they were once afraid to do because they now understand how to do it, what it takes. They've done it enough times, right? It doesn't affect them. This is the same with everything else, fam. So, if fear is the biggest illusion of them all, and these fears that you have in certain places that are keeping you very limited, right? You refuse to challenge yourself, and in these areas that's keeping you limited, you have to go out and see it for yourself, and you have to address these fears as soon as possible. The faster you do it, the more you become comfortable within that fear, right? It's no longer a fear. It ends instantly. Oh, that wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad. Talking to that person, all of us here at one point was afraid to approach somebody in something, whether it's dating, whether it's, talking to somebody on the phone or having to address something, ask a question. At some point in your life, you was afraid to do that. You did it. And then you said to yourself, oh, it wasn't that bad, and then you got more confident, more comfortable, right? This is what I'm asking you to do, fam. You have to challenge yourself. You got to stop accepting these fears and look at it and say, where does this come from? How can I challenge myself? How can I see it for myself? Is it that big of a deal? What's the worst that can happen, right? Let me jump into it knowing that I don't know what may happen, but what I do know is I have the ability to adapt and adjust. That is something you have to trust. That is something you have to know within yourself, that you have the ability to adapt and adjust no matter how uncomfortable it may be. You may get a failure, you may get rejection, you may get a setback, but just know you have the ability to adapt and adjust no matter how inconvenient it may be at this current moment in time. So, fam, like I say in this quote, if you feel stuck, you must break through your own limitations. Stop accepting it. Feeling stuck means I just accept these fears. There's no chance somebody like me can do it. I just settle for this. And you are what you settle for. What you settle for, you deserve, fam. So if you feel stuck, just understand that it's up to you to break that limitation. There is a limitation there that you must discover and see it for yourself and break through that and see that for yourself. Fear is the biggest illusion of them all. It's not what you think it is. You can do it, fam. Go out there and make it happen. I love you. I appreciate you. Comment below. Give me some fire emojis if you found this valuable. Share this with somebody you know. Give me some thumbs up on the video. Show some love, fam. Subscribe to the video. Come on. I'm dropping gems. Subscribe to the video, fam. Well, to the channel. That being said, I love you. Appreciate you. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care. Peace.